All right. We're here with Tatsunari, Toad Rider. We just play a bunch of enchantments, and every time you play an enchantment, you make a 3/3 frog. And then that 3/3 frog starts stealing one life every preceding enchantment. It is a legendary token, so you can't have more than one, but if it dies, you can very easily just get another one, right? Not so much your commander, but you'll probably have a frog looming in play a lot between the token and the commander itself. It also has evasion, right? Pseudo flying. It's like the frog is jumping kind of thing, so reach and blocking can block it. And because of that, I'm running not witness protection, fly, curious obsession, curiosity, combat research, just all the stuff that really lets you sort of draw every time you hit them. Seems like a worthwhile prospect. It is a little steep in mana, but if it's the only thing I'm doing, then maybe it's good enough. I'm willing to start there anyways, especially when these are like cheap spells and they're also enchantments, so I kind of like it. We are very creature light, right? So this is kind of our main beatdown, but that makes sense. I feel like that's possible with what this commander is trying to do, especially how it's also trying to make a bunch of room for enchantments in the first place. With that being said, I still have Uro, and then the other bulk of the creatures are basically the 1 mana dorks. I don't have any rocks in here on 2 or 3 because this is definitely you play a mana dork on 1 and then next turn you play this, right? I don't really utilize rocks on 2 going right into these 4 drops that well, right? Especially if my turn 2 or post mana rock turn would just be this anyways. And it just makes more room for enchantments. I'm not running the Sanctums. I had them in for like 2 seconds and then I just thought better of it. I don't really like them here that much. You can run a fair amount of shrines though, but I don't know. I don't None of them are that exciting except maybe like the blue Sanctum that like loots, but the Sanctum of Stonefang stealing a life a turn isn't really that exciting when every enchantment I cast just does that anyways because of this card. So I'm not going to mess with it. Shark Typhoon doesn't make any big sharks, and it's also kind of slow. Like, it's one of the few very expensive cards in here. So if I play this on 6, and then I start playing like 3 and 2 mana enchantments, or some 4s, it's not really doing that much. So this might be one of the things to come out sooner rather than later. I have a bunch of card draw, obviously Necropotence, Phyrexian Arena, Black Market Connections. We have the Scam Dark Ritual, and turn 1 this, or turn 1 Connections, or turn 1 Necropotence. Like, the Dark Ritual has a lot of things going for it. Even like a turn, what is this, a turn 5 this would be nice, right? So, Dark Ritual is pretty auto-includey. I'm not running Assassin's Trophy. I think if ever there was like a uh-oh button that you needed to push, Assassin's Trophy is definitely not it. But again, it was one of the cards that I was staring at for a while. I just don't like turning a problem that I have into a Sakura Tribe Elder. That is just a really bad thing to do, so I just don't really want to try that. Bind the Monster is kind of just my Fatal Push, right? It just sort of taps a mana dork down, is the idea of it. It's obviously just a removal spell for certain cards as well, but you could probably jam Fatal Push in here somewhere just to attack early dorks, which could just push way past you, and then you feel bad that you lost to it. I'm a little sweeper light because, well, other than this, right? Because I'm running a bunch of Frogifies. In fact, I'm running every single Frogify effect, and I think there's like 6 or 7. Now, I always say if your removal spell gets blown up, you just feel really stupid, right? Like you pacify something, and they're like, okay, it's still a threat, or you frogify it, and they're like, all right, I'll bounce it to my hand, or you sweep the board, and they get their card back. You've just undone your removal spell. It's a terrible thing to do, but it plays on theme with the commander, And you could just shut down someone's commander fairly consistently if you're running a ton of those, right? Ken's Transformation, I think is the only green one. And even this one, for like Planeswalker commanders, right? You just put this on it and it just can't do anything? I don't know. Why not? I don't really ever see this card. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen this card. But it plays on theme, and that's what we're trying to do here. So I have Nykthos in here. I have no idea if this is any good. Our permanents, or like our spells do stay in play, right? Like a lot of them, because they're basically all enchantments. But the devotion is literally yanked all over the place. So who knows if it ever generates more mana than like 2. Because it's just so much of this going on, right? Especially all the 1 mana pips on things. There's not that many doubles, right? So I don't know, but you know what? Why not, right? If your stuff, it's not like an Esper control deck or a Sultai control deck where 90% of your spells go to the graveyard, right? Which actually makes Uro moderately difficult to escape, but it's still just so good. There's not really much thinking about it. Probably just put this in every blue-green deck anyways. So yeah, let's see how we do. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's roll. Ooh, I like me a Spreading Seas. No blue mana. Dark Ritual, though. Early Commander. I can get blue here. That's fine. Alright, fine. Do I turn 1 my Commander? If so, why? I probably do it because I've never done it. It's not really doing anything, though. But what else am I doing with this Dark Ritual? What else am I doing? I can also just potentially top deck. See? Look at that. Dark Ritual is literally the dumbest card ever. Grease Fang, huh? Really? Wow. Okay. Well, we have flying for our commander. No fast mana, that's fine. They snap mulliganed twice there. That's really fast. Like they saw their opening hand and said nope twice. Just like really, really fast. Oh no, my... Does it? Can this take Virtue? What is Virtue's mana cost worth? I think it is worth more than what you see there. Alright, well, I regret not playing a blue source turn 1, but... Sag. I can beat Greasefang. I mean, there's not many vehicles in this game. Also, you don't have access to green, which is a pretty big thing about this. Oh, shoot. They just saw it. Shoot. Oh, that sucks. They didn't take... What? Okay, so... what's happening? I'm not really sure. Let's find out the hard way. It is 7 mana value? Okay. Oh, you're right. Yeah, because the lesson... Yes, that has nothing to do with it. I was thinking of it as a flip, splice, Tybalt kind of card, but you're right. It's literally right here. It's not even hiding itself. Okay, we got ourselves a vehicle. Digging up, what do I need? Double black. So I go here. And then I look for... There's a bunch of stuff I can get here. Like a whole bunch of different stuff. It looks so weird to take this, but like if I just shut down Greasefang, how can we be upset? Also making it a 0/2, and then I can obviously fly over it. Yep. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. That's Sag. Alright. Yep. The longer this goes on, the closer we get to Virtue, which they, I guess, haven't been able to... No, they could have gotten rid of the Virtue. They absolutely could have. And they didn't. This is a black-white deck. It is a black-white deck. I mean, you can only crew one of these, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at... Oh, that's stupid. That's kind of disgusting, actually. Sacrifice. That was profoundly disgusting. Wow. Okay, well played, my friend. Let's put this here now. Or do I just virtue it and then do this later? This gives my opponent, like... I kind of want this out of my hand so they can't discard it, and then I'll just put it in play later. It lets me leave out Counterspell, but my opponent knows about Counterspell. It's not very useful. But I'm not going to counter any vehicle. If they can't get crewed, there's not much of a reason to counter them. I kind of want to counter that. I think I want to counter that, actually. Because they haven't shown me a land. Okay, they don't have a land. And it gives me something to reanimate with Virtue. So... this Virtue could be a problem if they can't answer it. This isn't a normal black-white deck with, like, farewells and stuff. Bunch of sweepers and whatnot. Yep, there's not much going on. They missed a land drop, and obviously keeping things off the board that would crew would be a problem. Well, it would be nice for me as well, right? Okay, this might be the first game in almost 2 hours where Confounding Conundrum actually does something. Hold on. We might have something here. Ooh, then there's also the case where it actually doesn't do anything, but if ever it was going to, I think this is it, right? Green Source, good news. No Explore, no Growth Spiral. Maybe Confounding Conundrum can come out. Maybe it's about time. I untapped with my commander. Wow. Wow. Here. And swing. Okay. I guess Cartouche on my commander as well, and then Llanowar Elves. I don't really see a universe in which Llanowar Elves is useful, like, later, if I'm not casting it right now in the face of a board wipe, so I might as well just cast it. Of course, my opponent has the board wipe. Why wouldn't they? Need a land. Binding guarantees a land, but I could just draw one as well, right? I did not do that. Do I want to keep this? No, I don't. Well, now we probably just lose the game. I did not hit a land. I can kill Omnath with Baleful Mastery. My opponent doesn't play Omnath. They play Nicobolus. Okay. Let us kill that, so I don't lose. And then I guess I'll exile Meathook Massacre. Feels a little weak right now. Actually, it feels completely useless. Alright, I have something to blow up. I'm going to blow up the Mana Rock. I can kill that. I can not kill that, though. I guess I kill the non-artifact one, because this is a lot easier to deal with. Like the Sage... well, actually, no, the Seiju doesn't answer that at all, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I have Virtue next turn, assuming my opponent doesn't have, like, Casualties of War. Or Farewell. Or anything. All of their ramp has completely avoided Confounding Conundrum. Not really a surprise, though. Okay, I don't have an answer to this. I really want to play this, but, like, maybe I just play this now. Because stealing Omnath could be very useful. They could have taken Omnath off the board if they wanted to, by trading, so I can't steal it. They do nothing. Okay. They also didn't tap the Ornithopter. Okay. Guess I just run out the land and pass. Crack the Omen, Scry. Omnath's not drawing cards, not floating mana. Board wipe is a board wipe. Again, guess I'm happy I didn't cast my commander at least. They also now avoid me stealing their commander with Kira Best Sea God, which is not ideal. Let's steal the only red. They didn't tap it in response. That's interesting. So I'm not reanimating anything. Very useful. So I guess I'm just tutoring for God knows what. 5 or down if I want to cast it right now. Necropotence? Wait a minute. Is Necropotence just like crazy right now? Oh, it is, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, it's just like stupid right now. Okay. Let's just draw 7 cards real quick. Or maybe 10. Dark Ritual, nice. Okay, that was a not terribly powerful sequence of cards. Could have been better. Enchantress Presence is really, really good, though. Really? You don't have a land, you don't have a spell, you have nothing to do right now? That is so unrealistic to me. They must have counter magic? And like a lot of it? I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's put Fly on Elvish Mystic, I think. I could just cast my commander as well. I mean, the worst thing, if this doesn't resolve or dies, is I just Necropotence more. Like, that's just fine, right? Like, do I really care? Enters the battlefield, connives, return a spell. Alright, so they unsummon my commander to my hand. So it goes back to costing 3. I can Dark Ritual it. Off of our stolen land here. Not to get political. Not to get political, but I actually get to do it again. Not terribly useful, but whatever. Alright, let's do this maybe 4 or 5 times. 3. Spreading Seas might be useful. Well, all these lands certainly aren't. Alright. Alright, they found a land off the top. Into Golos. Okay. I can stop Golos from being a problem. I can Besage it or, like, I guess one with the stars it. Doesn't feel very exciting, though. Opponent is kind of close to dying. Whoa, Conundrum did something. It did something. There it was. We saw it. Conundrum did something. Alright, let's Spreading Seas the World Tree. Let's cast Fly here. Let's swing. Make them lose a life. And then play a land. I guess I'm not playing Shield Druid. I'll just play this and then leave up Beseiju. Actually, I want to do it here. And then I guess I could just lock this down so they can't gain life off of it. I lose 4 when I cast this, but that's probably fine. I just don't want to take that kind of damage. Or rather, I don't want them to gain life. I mean... Alright, so let's Beseiju... Actually, there's no reason to Beseiju Golos on the upkeep. Blue, white, green, black. My opponent does not currently have red in play, so there actually is a reason to do it now, because if they just play a red card, they could just simply activate Golos. So let's make it so they can't. It undoes my spreading seas, but that's not very important anyways. It's not. I don't think they're hard of colors currently. I must admit, a blue-colored World Tree looks dope. It looks really cool. I like that. Yep. I have nothing against that. They're almost just dead, though. I can tap that down, swing for 6, 7. This is 8. And then 9, 10. Alright, they're not just dead. Unfortunately. Layer of the Hydra doesn't cut it. So what can I tutor? There literally has to be a card I can tutor for that kills them. Just have to find it. Ancestral Mask kills them, right? Yep. Alright, we got there. Tap this down and then just kill them. Interesting. That felt like the most back and forth game I've had. Cool. Maybe I can't keep this. No, I don't think I can. This is a lot better. I do need this Gilded Goose to live. Which is a tall ask. Alright, looks like it will. I will play Moxamber because my opponent's playing Lotho. And I don't want my opponent to use Lotho's ability in any tangible sense. Alright, so we do get the commander or thing to live. I almost want to Uro instead of my commander, but if I can cast this right now, I can Curious Obsession in the same turn and make my 3/3. So if my opponent wants to get a treasure token, they can. Wait a minute. Why did that not... Oh, this is only black. This is only black. Okay, Moxamber is not as good as I thought. It's probably still good, but this is only black. Which means I cannot cast this, which means I probably wanted to cast Uro. That was probably a problem. Yeah, I did not anticipate that, I'm not gonna lie. Sacrifice Westfold Rider. Destroy target artifact and enchantment. I have never seen this card played before. There's Fatal Push, of course. Alright, well, I can't stop Lurrus really that efficiently, which means that card is a serious problem. That card is a huge problem. Because they can constantly recur this thing, and then I lose all my cards. So I have to, like, stop Lurrus. Oh, maybe it does, I guess. Mesmeric Orb. Oh, yeah. Makes sense, I guess. No, it doesn't make sense. I have Uro. What are you doing? You're just giving me cards for Uro. It probably does. Yeah, I would not. I actually would not have played this. Uro could be a serious problem for them. I mean, currently it isn't, but, I mean, eventually, right? Okay, so don't have much going on. Do I just slap this on my Gilded Goose and swing with it? I don't think I do. Maybe I do, because I have a curiosity as well. I think this makes sense. I do kind of need to, like, play the game, so... Okay. I want this on... it doesn't matter. I just need to play lands. It does. I don't have a choice. I'm just gonna play it. I have to stop Lurrus. Lurrus does not come back repeatedly. Notably. Okay, they can't reanimate this thing right now. Alright. Wait, what does this do to it? Giver of Runes was disgusting then, right? Because it gives protection. Luris just has protection from blue. I'm just trying to triple check. This doesn't remove its creature, right? Enchant creature, artifact, planeswalker. Tap it. If it's an equipment, unattach it. Loses all abilities and doesn't untap. Alright, so Giver of Runes was above and beyond the most disgusting thing in the observable universe, because I now don't have that ability. And now my opponent had the other best possible card in a spammable Naturalize that comes out of the graveyard every turn. So, literal worst case scenario so far. Such is my life, I guess. I have to... I don't even know, actually. I have no idea what I need to do now. I'm not sure what I can do. I can Tamo's Completion Giver of Runes, but that doesn't do anything. They sack their Giver of Runes. I'm not really sure why. I mean, they can find it later. This is a lot of mana, kind of, but it's not very exciting. What am I doing with mana anyways, right? Okay, that helps, but it doesn't help immediately. Bind the Giver, complete the Luris. What do you mean complete? Or, excuse me, what do you mean bind? Oh, this? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work, because they can reanimate this and then blow up my enchantments. They can literally just blow up the enchantments. I would, in that context, need a third answer, which I don't have. Okay, I don't agree at all with what my opponent just did there. My opponent's just playing some weird lines that I don't really agree with. Playing some weird stuff here. But, I mean, now that they sacked the Giver, I can actually use 2 to feel fine, right? Get rid of this. And I don't really care about Lothal giving them treasures. Their entire deck costs like 2 or less anyways. Except some spells or something like that. Yeah, this is probably not a very good use of Luris, unless one of these 2 cards make all of that make sense in the end, which does not appear to be the case. It's highly unusual to me. Okay, yep. I don't know what my opponent was doing. Like, they could have completely shut me down if they played Giver of Runes. Excuse me, if they kept it in play, right? They could just sack this to the treasure thing. Who cares about my commander, right? You scooped naming my commander when it wasn't useful. So this could have gotten sacked instead to the Deadly Dispute, because the Giver of Runes makes it so, sure, I draw every time I swing, but like you can just get protection. And with Giver and this in play, these aren't very useful when you have yet another answer sitting here like this. Like, I don't know how my opponent didn't appreciate this card more. They didn't reanimate this a single time. Steep for them, but it's not impossible for them to still do that. Okay, well, we either dodged it or they chose not to play it. I'm just gonna play this. I'm just gonna play this. Alright, so they have Dark Ritual? Yes, my opponent has Dark Ritual. They did not Dark Ritual Tiny Bones. Oh, I guess maybe that could have also been the card in their hand. I cannot seem to catch a break. Let's play you and then pass. Alright, well, they've had that early disruption, which obviously sets me back categorically here. I probably have to pulse that. In fact, I think I just have to pulse that. I cannot keep up with my opponent when they're drawing 2 cards a turn, and I'm not. Okay. Okay, they can recast this pretty easily, but I will... I don't know if I can not... No, you know what? My opponent didn't do anything. I'm just going to do this. I don't have an enchantment to go with the presence anyways. Okay, so I can play my commander, and then I can't leave up counterspell. This card is just so good to play, but I just can't... Like, okay. I gotta play this. I just gotta play this. It means Tiny Bones is just, like, so difficult to ever activate, right, in the long run of this game. Not to say that they can't still do it, but... The ability to just draw a bunch of cards, there's nothing they can do about this except feed the swarm. But my opponent is at the point where they can cast big things, and then I'm crap out of luck anyways. Okay, so they probably take Necropotence or Counterspell. Necropotence is not as useful when I have Enchantress Presence, though. Also, I'm not really stopping them because they have a Castle Lockbane to draw. Anyways, so everything is bad right now. Everything is bad. Okay, so I can play this and leave out Counterspell, which is good. Not as good as it could be, but it's better than nothing. I don't even know if I can stop a removal spell. Can I afford to do that? I probably just have to. My opponent could just not care about my commander, because it isn't really doing anything. Like, at all. They could just not care about it. Okay, no, they care. I don't have... I mean, I have to, like, dump my hand, so their discard spells are weaker, so I sort of just have to counter anything. And then this Kiora Best Sea Gods just doesn't... It's not really part of this game. It's just not doing anything. I also can't seem to dodge Liliana of the Veil. This has been a terrible, terrible sequence of games. I've just been, like, I've just been pitted against some of the most disgusting sequence of, like, cards. And there's just not much I don't have much recourse. So do I blow up Liliana? I guess I do. If I'm not doing that, when would I ever do that? I also have a ton of answers to this Tiny Bones later. With, like, loses all abilities kind of cards. They can't make me discard and also activate it. Not that they would anyways. Okay. Do they skip the first chapter, I wonder? You could just not do it and wait to see what you draw, because you can't really play anything that you tutor for right this second. Nope, they just go straight into it, so I assume this means a discard spell. Or whatever equivalent. What? Really? I have no idea why you would concede here. That you have to have at least one discard spell here that isn't just Thoughtseize to deal with this. I'm on the play, but like... Okay, fine. This is mono blue, right? Yep. I don't feel confident about anything. Maybe if I... Yeah, I don't know. Moon Snare Protocol, okay. Okay, I feel a little bit better now. I do have this going for me. My commander isn't inherently useful right now. So, I wouldn't miss it if they had an army of counter spells. Looks like they don't, though, so that's nice. They still have Wash Away, why wouldn't they? Yep, God forbid. Just can't stop it. Can't stop the penultimate answers. What does this do? Okay. Penultimate answers have been stopped. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. I want to play this first, right? Yeah. It means I'm not playing the Sprawl, but I need enchantments to make the frog with. My opponent immediately found Nykthos off the top. Okay, let's see what happens when I cast this, shall we? Okay. Let's play you. Let's play you, I guess. Let's play you here. Black. And I don't know if I can swing. I mean, I guess I can do this, actually. No, it doesn't work. So if I swing, what happens? They have nothing to equip? Okay, I'm gonna swing then. Surely they don't spam spells off the top of their deck. Okay, well I'm in a good spot because all of my spells replace themselves. Not to say that I'm drawing anything exciting. I guess I just swing with both of my froggy boys. Guess I didn't have to give them flying either. See what happens when I play this, shall we? I don't have a graveyard. This doesn't actually do anything. And we pass. Okay. That's interesting. Notably, you did not do that on my heuristic study. It must be countered on the way back down, right? Because I draw a card if it isn't. I think. Okay, they just cast that off the top. For whatever reason. Alright. Virtue does not feel great here. I think I'm leading with this. Alright, it just snap resolved. Maybe there's not many counter spells. Who knows? Let us play you here. Yep, I have no recourse. And I can play this and blow up the board. It probably doesn't favor me to cast Phyrexian Scriptures right now. I cannot imagine that it does. Okay, so if I play this, I blow up everything. The fact that this draws a card is somewhat useful. I also have Conduit coming. I think I'm just going to play this. And I'm going to put the counter on my Sanctum Weaver. Wow, that was a good draw. Okay, so now I do not lose my board. And my opponent, they might even play their turn thinking I do lose my board. So they might sequence their plays differently, thinking everything is going to get blown up. But now it won't. Alright. Not as exciting for me anymore. I can't just, like, surprise kill them. Well, I guess I could if I chain draw a bunch of enchantments. Alright, let's see if I can just kill here. It's pretty difficult to not kill. Oh, well, no, they have protection, so yeah, I might not be able to kill here. What do I copy? Heuristic Study? Feels hilarious to copy Heuristic Study. No, we just copy the Eidolon. What am I talking about? Curiosity, that is a funny one. Let's put that on the Frog token. Why not? It draws 2. Oh my goodness, we might actually get there. Oh my goodness. Nykthos. Hey. Okay, let's do this on your commander. Nice! We did it! We actually did it. They did a bunch of stuff. They untapped a Nykthos for like 12 mana. They cast a lot of spells off the top of their deck, so they They were keeping up with the value there, but yeah. This is gonna probably kill through the one ring, and they also probably can't ever really tap it because they'd be super low anyways. Kenrith has a lot of answers to my frogs. I don't have black, so I should lead with this instead of this. So I can actually cast my commander, obviously. 5 color, though. They didn't have a green spell. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I play you. Phyrexian Scrapyard. Okay. Sure. By all means, my friend. By all means. Wait, they're actually using it? Doesn't this just put like a 6-mana card to your hand? Okay. Oh no, it puts a land, right? And then conjure Scrapyard, sacrifice 3 lands, name Scrapyard, and then you put the 6/6 in play. I got you. I've seen this deck, or I've seen this card one other time, and it didn't really do anything, but it's not to say it won't here. What does this do? Starting intensity, swing, intensity, intensity, intensity. Alright. I don't have black mana. I can find black mana, but then I won't have 4. So let's protect this. Yeah. I feel like I have to do this here. That will start to just run out of control, unfortunately. And then let's go get black. This has no text unless I have black mana anyways. So it's basically the best thing it can do. And then I swing. The block is free. They probably should just do it. Good on them. I don't really need the enchantment in play anymore. It just gives me the frog, right? And obviously attacks their life total. Alright, so far we've seen some strange cards here. Very strange. I like this card, though. I like it. Very honest card. Can't hate it. Alright, this is a 2/2 double strike. Do I commit to blowing this up? I mean, my opponent might even just give up. I am really ahead, but we'll see. I might just, like, pack it in. Nope, they didn't pack it in. Okay. Usually when people fall behind like this, they just stop playing. Narcomoeba? What? Okay, they get rid of the scrapyard to make a scrapyard. You got it. It's an enchantment, and then it, like, I don't know. Just gonna use it anyways. Okay, let's get Overgrown 2. I mean, let's just get Triumph. There's not a big chance I draw it anyways. It would be nice to cycle it later, but... Let's put this here or here? I guess here, right? They block it anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Whatever I put it on just gets blocked. Swing like this. Okay, they take a trade. They let me hit them with the Venture. I don't know if that's ever a good idea. I can't say that it is, because I don't agree. Yeah, I don't think they wanted to do that. Don't think that was a good idea there. I guess I could have swung with this Halfling too, because I'm not going to sack this Grove. Yeah, I probably could have swung with this Halfling. What does red do? It just gives haste. Haste and travel. Beaumont Courier? What is going on? Okay, maybe I did want fly here. This cannot target itself. Yeah, I might have just missed lethal. That can't target itself. Okay. Both of these are solid. I guess I just need one. This one draws. Let's see if I put that there. Okay, let's not. Let's just do this. Let us just do this. Our creatures have Death Touch. How exciting. Does my opponent trade with Kenrith? If they do, I guess I don't have to actually cast anything pre-combat. Let's see what they do. I won't miss anything. Okay. Treasure token. Yeah, sure. Well, the way they blocked, I kind of wish I kept the Kenriths. Would have had 3 enchantments. Alright. Let's do this. Ah, Sag. Hey, you're the one that let me do it. You let me do this. This is all on you, my guy. Alright, my opponent got salty and then left. I didn't see enough to understand what's happening. Maybe it was. Who knows? Okay, I actually have triple black here. Necropotence is a prospect in our near future. Opponent went to 6, I think. Okay. Wayfarer's Bauble is kind of annoying. Do I just blow this up? Should I be a complete degen? I think I am, actually. Let's be a degen. Let's see how important that was. They did mulligan. Alright. Feeling like it was kind of important. I'm going to Spreading Seas the green source? No, wait. Yes. No. In what world do I not cast Necropotence? What am I talking about? You have to counter this. Alright, they have the counter spell. You can't just, like, let me have that, so... Alright, I really want to draw a land. Oh, come on. Oh, hey, sweet. Salt avoided. They didn't have a land. Do I play this? I think I play... Okay, fine. Maybe I wanted to wait. I don't know. Let's just... I'll just play it. Opponent doesn't have lands in hand. It could be useful. Alright. So be it. Enchantress's Presence. Let us do this on... Turns it into an island. So I guess I get rid of the black source. I feel like the green is a little... No, let's get rid of the black source. Who knows? Alright, that worked out. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I really did want to hit the green source. Yeah, I probably wanted to hit the green source. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Do I play my commander? No, let's play this. I draw a bajillion cards. Thoughtseize is a really good hit, too. Meat Hook doesn't feel exciting. Neither does Intervention, actually. Land is fine. Alright, nice. They had a Memory Lapse, a Board Wipe, jeez, with Madraltha, wow. Binding, and then Sprawl. Nice. So, this commander is not very good. The enchantment package is cool, right? I did get a little unlucky, I'd say, right? Like, I played a fair amount of games, and there were some games where it did feel like my opponent didn't have much they could do, but they just happened to have, like, a really, really good card that I just couldn't reliably stop. Like, someone played a Nahiri against me, which, you know, -2 exile and enchantment, and it just sits there, and it can do it again and again and again, and, like, I don't have a bunch of permanent removal. Like, I have binding, I guess, but my removal is like Frogifies, right? To just play into my strategy better. And I mean, I have Ancestral Mask, too, to just, like, out of nowhere one-shot somebody. All these enchantments in play, but there was a lot of incidental enchantment hate, and there usually isn't as much as I bumped into. I just got unlucky a little, but that's going to happen, right? Even still, my commander sometimes didn't feel like a 3 mana commander. Sometimes it felt like I really wanted to wait so I could at least get the 3/3 out of it by casting another enchantment. So maybe it's like a pseudo 5, like it's a secret 5 mana commander, or a 4 mana commander if I have a 1 mana enchantment. There's not many of those, but certainly there are some. The activation never came up that often either. In fact, the one time it did come up, I actually just put the flying on the wrong frog. So it just like, I kind of looked dumb, but it would have been relevant in that specific game. But on average, it didn't come up too often. I did not get nearly as many turn 2 Tatsunaris as I would have anticipated, right? With all of these cards able to do that. Notably, Mox Amber only taps for black because this is only a black creature. It does have blue and green in there, but this doesn't see that. So this would just tap for black, which was annoying sometimes. And the first time I did that, I didn't realize. I'm like, oh, I can't play my fly immediately to get the frog. And it felt kind of dumb, but it is what it is. The Virtue is an enchantment. It is one of the more expensive ones. I don't have many expensive things in here, right? It basically stops at 4. But there's not much to reanimate when I'm not straight up murdering my opponent's stuff. If it stays in play as a frog, I'm not really, like, reanimating anything. And if my stuff dies, it's probably almost only the commander. I don't have many creatures at all. I have Uro, but Uro kind of brings himself back slowly. I don't really need this to do it. But, so this is, I don't think the Virtue should be in here, which feels weird, but yeah, there's just, I mean, this is literally a Sultai deck, like removal city, black-green X, is removal for days. It's just my removal was like blue jank. I just stay on frog theme. So it just didn't really pan out. I don't think it should have been in here. Same with Shark Typhoon. Every time I have 6 mana, I'd almost rather just make a 4/4 rather than actually hardcast this, it feels. I always wound up just cycling it. I'm not doing anything crazy with it. It just didn't feel very good, so I'd probably take that one out as well. I don't know what I'll put in for the list I upload, but those are certainly the weakest of the bunch by a lot, especially with the mana that they cost. It is nice that you do basically stop at 4, though. That did feel nice. I probably need a little bit more lands. I have 38. 38 still, I mean, it feels pretty fine. Again, you stop at 4. Right? I did feel a little light on lands, though. My lands per game on average did feel a little bit low. We have ways to circumvent that, right? We had Eidolon, Enchantress's Presence, Necropotence, literal tutors, dig up even, right? There were ways to not feel like it was that bad, but also Confounding Conundrum. There are countless decks that have rocks and dorks, so this doesn't stop rocks and dorks. There are so many rocks right now, or not right now, just now, that will never change probably. There are so many rocks that this is kind of useless. It's good against very few decks, right? And even against those decks, say like Azusa, they can still tap the land and pick it back up. So it's not like they're losing the mana, really. This stops things more like Cultivate, Into the North, sort of Primeval Titan, sort of. It's just not very useful. Again, even the greenest of green decks have plenty of rocks or just don't really care about this. This might have been more useful back when Golos was kind of like the premium and only big commander around, like 2 years ago or whatever in the format. But now this is just not realistic. So I just don't think it's a playable card at all. And if you're playing Spreading Seas, which I actually did like, it gets undone with Conundrum in play, right? They just pick up your land that you've seized, and then you're down your seas. I still drew, but it's just not great. It also seemed a little hard to get early counterspell going. Like double blue early was a little rough when I'm trying to guarantee a turn 1 green creature or a green ramp spell into turn 2 this. It doesn't leave much room for counterspell, right? That exact strategy. Obviously, you don't have everything. You could have a game where you have a Dark Ritual, and that just doesn't matter, right? Necropotence turn 1, or like Binding turn 2, or something. Like, there's other things you can do, but on average, every early avenue leads for an awkward counter spell on turn 2, especially on the draw, where like you really don't want to skip your turn 1 green, play this, and then the next turn do nothing again so you can leave up counterspell. Just like it's really awkward. With that being said, this should probably, if I want a counterspell, it probably should just be Wash Away. That would feel a lot better if that winds up being what I put in instead. Murderous Rider, like normal removal, could come in here, right? And you might even, like, you could take out maybe some of these and just leave like 4 or 3 in here to just deal with your opponent's commander, and then have all your other removal not really care about that, right? But again, I wanted to stay on the frog theme and frogify stuff, enchantments matter, all that nonsense, right? But you could probably shave some of those. Kendra's Transformation is an awkward one because it turns it into a 3/3, which trades with either your commander or its frog, and then whatever you transformationed, assuming it's your opponent's commander, it just comes right back because they just can swing with it, and then you either have to block it or take 3 a turn, and that's probably not a good idea. So of all of them, this might be one of the weaker ones, even though it does draw and replace itself. It might be one of the weaker ones in this specific commander, at least. So that could probably just come out. Meat Hook Massacre, blowing up my own stuff when it's already so fragile, never feels ideal. If I'm ever in a spot where I'm behind and I need to come back, so I have a tutor, and I choose to tutor Meat Hook, means I'm committing to sweeping the board, which means I'm already behind, which means I don't have my commander in play, and this is way later, so I don't really know when I can play this. And this is also not a 2-drop, right? It's not really ever even a 3-drop. Seldom is it a 4-drop. So this is one of the more expensive cards in the deck, and it's also awkward to cast sometimes. So I, again, can just take it out. And it is a double black spell. The doubled mana cards were a little bit annoying to try to cast when I'm turn 1 Elvish Mysticking off of a forest, right? And trying to get this into play. It just seemed a little awkward. Maybe some of these basics could come out for slightly slower mana base, although I wouldn't take the forests out. Maybe like a Terramorphic Expanse or something that wasn't in here already, a dual-colored blue-black land. I don't know, there's not too many basics anyways, not too big of a deal. Okay, we put in the Exquisite Blood combo, because why not? It's on theme. And same with the card that I don't really have a... I just like the can't be countered thing makes me feel like I'm playing Veil of Summer, and then I never see a blue opponent. But it's also enchantments, and I can make a sizable enchantment creature, and that feels way better than whatever it was I was doing. So same with Kaya's Ghost form. It makes the Moxamber only tapping for black, and on curve with Tatsunari means I can immediately play it and then feel a lot better about this. So that should have been in here to begin with. And yeah, so I'll just call it there. Let me know what you think about this commander. If you play it and have a different list, you're screaming at me for not playing this specific card, then let me know. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys, well, until next time. Thanks for watching.